The movie begins by introducing us to a world where people with special abilities and superpowers, known as powers, make up a small fraction of the population. These individuals, who once contributed to society through their unique talents, are now feared and marginalized. They live under strict government control, unable to find decent jobs and forced into poverty. Protagonist, Connor Reed, is introduced as a young man with powerful electrical abilities. He is struggling to care for his sick mother, Mary, who is suffering from a degenerative condition caused by her powers. The lack of work opportunities and the mounting medical bills push Connor to desperate measures. In need of quick cash, Connor reluctantly teams up with Garrett, charismatic but ruthless criminal, telekinetic abilities. Garrett works for Marcus Sutcliffe, a drug lord who deals in the illegal substance known as Psyche, which is harvested from the spinal fluid of powers. For Connor's initiation into the criminal world, Garrett leads a small crew, including Connor, on a heist to steal gallons of liquid nitrogen from an industrial site. The scene is tense and showcases the skills of each crew member, including Connor's electrical abilities. They use their powers to bypass security systems, overpower guards, and quickly load the liquid nitrogen into a truck. They locked security guard into a cage and get back to their boss Marcus. The heist is a success, but it's clear that Connor is uncomfortable with the violence and illegal activities, foreshadowing the internal conflict he will face throughout the movie. With the money from the previous jobs running out and his mother's condition worsening, Connor agrees to participate in one last big score, a bank heist. This job is far more dangerous and complicated, but the payoff could cover his mother's medical expenses for good. Crew meticulously plans the bank heist. On the day of the heist, everything seems to be going according to plan. Connor uses his electrical abilities to disable the bank's power grid, while Garrett and the others handle the security guards and lockpick. They make their way to the vault, but as they're loading the money, an alarm is triggered, alerting the police. This leads to a high-stakes standoff between the crew and the heavily armed police force, including specialized officers known as guardians who are equipped to handle powers. Crew is forced to fight their way out, using their powers to fend off the police. Connor, in particular, unleashes the full extent of his abilities, creating electrical explosions to disable the Guardian's equipment and drone, create an escape route. They successfully escaped. After successive bank heist, Connor and Garrett's crew plan another high-risk job, stealing Psyche directly from a police van. A police transport is scheduled to move a large quantity of confiscated Psyche from the evidence locker to a secure facility. Garrett sees this as a prime opportunity to strike. Plan is meticulously set up. The crew positions themselves along the transport route, with Garrett and Connor leading the operation. Connor's role is critical. His electrical abilities will be used to disable the van's electronics, making it easier for the crew to hijack the vehicle. As the police van approaches, the crew springs into action. Connor uses his powers to create an electrical surge, which short-circuits the van, forcing it to a halt. Police officers inside are immediately on alert, but the crew is prepared. Garrett uses his telekinesis to disarm the officers and throw them off balance, while other members of the crew employ their powers to take down the remaining threats. Just as they are about to make their escape, the situation takes a dangerous turn. A Guardian unit, heavily armored and equipped to neutralize powers, arrives on the scene. And on the other hand, Marcus cheated Garrett and his team and turned against them. The crew is forced to fight their way out. The heist is a success, but it comes at a cost. The crew suffers injuries, and the encounter with the Guardians leaves them shaken. After the police van heist and Marcus's betrayal, Garrett and Connor decide it's time to take down Marcus, once and for all. They anonymously tip off the police about Marcus's hideout, knowing it's their only chance to end his reign of terror. The scene unfolds with the police launching a full-scale raid on Marcus's heavily fortified hideout. Guardian units move in, breaking through the defenses with precision and overwhelming force. Inside, Marcus and his men are caught off guard by the sudden assault. Fierce gunfight erupts between the police and Marcus's heavily armed crew. In the midst of the raid, Garrett sneaks into Marcus's inner sanctum, bypassing the chaos outside. Garrett finds Marcus trying to escape. In a final brutal act of vengeance, Garrett kills Marcus, ending his criminal empire. Connor rushes to the hospital, knowing his mother, Mary, doesn't have much time left. As Connor reaches the hospital, he is met with grim news. Mary has passed away, her illness finally taking its toll. The scene is heart-wrenching, as Connor standing sad at his mother's tomb. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and stay tuned for more.